Hi everyone, I'm your host, owner, and creator of this channel, The Mix. Thank you for tuning in. Drop a comment, like this video, share this video. Okay, you guys, this YouTube journey is something else. I've been having some difficulties uploading some videos with some music that's embedded from my phone. It's just, I'm getting copyright struck on a couple videos, so I had to kind of like alter that and just remove it. I don't like seeing the word copyright strike, although YouTube states I can use it. Basically stated that the owner says I could use it, but I just don't like seeing copyright by any of my videos. I'm sorry, I just don't. So I try to avoid that. So congrats to Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson. I had like a clip and everything of his inauguration, just a snippet of it, a clip of it, and it looks like it was flagged. So I don't want that on any of my videos. So you're just going to hear me on this video. And again, like, share, subscribe to The Mix, like, share, subscribe, and drop a comment. As you can see what this video is going to be about, yes, Mr. Brandon Johnson, Black Excellence, Black Excellence. I am an Illinoisan, so I will be bringing more information, more news and reports to you about the new mayor of Chicago. The presidential DNC is going to be here next year in Illinois, so I'm going to do my best to try to cover that. I really am. I don't know how. I don't know what that may look like, but I will be out there in those political streets. As you all know, go through my videos. Those who are new to my channel, just go through my video section. You'll find out more about me. Go to the about section of my channel, The Mix. This is a multifaceted channel. Most of my videos are pre-recorded. Yes. But congrats to Brandon Johnson, the new Black mayor of Chicago. This is Black excellence to me, in my opinion, at its finest. He's from the city to the suburban, west suburban area of Chicago. So he and I feel like a connection. And I'm not coming to you being biased, because we know in politics, legal, all of that, we can agree to disagree. And there may be some things Mr. Brandon Johnson is pushing for that I may not agree with, that I may feel that he could handle differently. One fun fact about Mr. Brandon Johnson, he taught at my niece high school. So yes, when she was in high school, this new high school is superb in Chicago, and it's very diverse now. It used to be an all Black high school, but they ended up tearing a whole building down. For those who live in Illinois, Chicago, if you know, you know. And my niece was the first, I believe, graduating class from the refurbished new high school. And again, it was diverse. You needed to, in order to get into the high school, to my understanding, I think you needed to complete some type of essay. It was just so many different types things that you had to do to get inside, to get into the high school, especially if you didn't live in a district, the area, or something like that. I think that's how it went. Is that fair? No, I do not believe that's fair, but that's Chicago for you. That's a subject for another day when it comes to education and this and that, how the politics run education. And then even with the suburban areas, how certain areas, if you're not living in certain districts, your child can't go to that high school. And then certain areas are more affluent financially than others. So their taxes go towards the schools in their area, which the schools in that area, to me, in my opinion, when it's like that, represents the income levels, represents the community, represents the type of people that live in that community and pay their property taxes, which is allocated to the schools. So it's a lot. That's another subject for another day. As you all know, my background, for those who are new to my channel, is legal and real estate and mortgage servicing, all of that from that side. So that I have a strong familiarity with all of that when it comes to property taxes, when it comes to the different communities, when it comes to redlining, when it comes to disparities between the different, areas. I'm from the city to the suburbs. So in my opinion, I'm well versed to be able to kind of speak to certain topics involving the different makeup of the towns, the cities, from the west side of Chicago to the northwestern suburbs. So I'm just going to leave it there. And I've seen a difference. So, but yes, congrats to Brandon Johnson. Congrats to Brandon Johnson. We want him to succeed. I am passionate. If those of you all who do not know, I am passionate when it comes to males because I think there's a poor representation of black men in America. So, and also I think the criminal justice system is very unfair and very biased when it comes to black males in America. So that's that about a little about myself for those who are new to my channel. And I will use my platform, I will continue to use my platform to voice my opinion, my perspective, and I'm going to try to bring as much facts as possible. I would do my best. I'm not perfect, and I'm not going to make any promises. But again, I will do my best to bring the most accurate information as possible. But again, congrats to Brandon Johnson. In my opinion, that is black excellence. He was a school teacher, was a part of the CTU. And he's, like I said, from the city to the suburbs. From, I think he lived in Elgin. I believe he lived in not Naperville. I believe Naperville or Aurora. So I'm familiar with all of those areas. It's northwest suburbs, kind of southwest, northwest, Elgin, northwest. Wow. Congrats to him. Did you see his son, one of his kids, looking at him like a superhero? And that's how it's supposed to be. Sorry, that's how it's supposed to be. I get a little bit emotional because that, in my opinion, is how it's supposed to be. Your children should be looking to you as their superhero. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and share a screen with you guys. And this is my political segment of the mix. And again, I am a one-stop shop over here, so bear with me. I have a child. He is in sports, so I'm doing my best. Sports will be ending hopefully soon. Not hopefully soon, because I do like this for my baby. He's really not an athlete, and he found his passion. He likes and he enjoys soccer, so physically, and he's really not a physical type of kid, but he's doing his best. He's remaining committed, and although the team haven't won any games, but I like that he's involved and active and found his niche, as you can say, as those may say. He's found his niche, and he enjoys playing soccer all day, also on his video game and his phone and all of that. So he's really has a high IQ when it comes to athletics. One of his physical education teachers basically told me that as well, that he has a high IQ. He could tell him, remembers all the instructions when it comes to whatever workout regimen that his physical education teacher implements for the students to do. So it could be like a obstacle course. He'll remember what he has to do at each point. But it's just his physicality and the conditioning. So working on that, I did buy him a soccer ball to kind of practice with, and my cousin told me to get him a net. So I'm gonna go and try to find a net, and he is interested in going to soccer camp over the summer. So I digress, my bad. But I'm just telling y'all, I'm doing my best with YouTube, my regular life and all of that. I'm a one-stop shop over here, so I edit my videos and all of that. I'm a CEO, CFO, editor, talent, creator, all of that. Anything you can think of, that's me here. And if you are interested in donating to my channel, go ahead and donate. It will go towards content enhancement creation. My Zelle is tplegal30@gmail.com. My cash app is $THEMIXX30. And all donations will go towards content enhancement creation. That way, as I continue to try to up it some levels, I'll be able to fine tune a lot of things, and maybe be able to purchase other type of resources that will make my content creation more easier. That's what I'm trying to say. So, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and share a screen. Congrats again to Brandon Johnson and his entire family. And also, I'm going to do my best I don't know how I'm going to do this when it comes to citing other media sources to implement into my videos. I don't, when it comes to, let's just call a spade, when it comes to black people in powerful positions, i.e. Brandon Johnson, we have to be careful. And my sister told me this too, because I shared something with her. It's about Brandon Johnson. This was outside, of course, on YouTube or whatever. She was like, well, yeah, I need to see the entire clip because the media will take something and just, push that instead of everything that he said. And she was absolutely correct. So while I'm in this media space and as a small and new content creator, I'm going to do my best to be mindful of that when reporting on all avenues in all spaces. So that was a reminder to myself to just be kind of careful when reporting certain things, especially if I have this platform and I want to be as fair and accurate as possible. So again, I will do my best to my abilities, but I won't make any promises. So an aha moment for me. And when it comes to citing different media sources, I have to be very careful. And even if I have to get out there in the streets or go downtown to City Hall and try to catch Mr. Brandon Johnson coming out of his office or whatever, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. So again, I'm in Illinois. But yeah, let me go ahead and share my screen. His inauguration, I believe, was Monday. And my apologies for just now reporting on this. But congrats again to Mr. Brandon Johnson. Okay, this is WBEZ Chicago. This is NPR. Article written, political article written, looks like by Mariah Wohlfeld and Tessa Wingberg. Mayor Brandon Johnson makes his inaugural address during the City of Chicago inauguration ceremony at Credit Union One Arena on Monday. And I believe this location is on the west side of Chicago. I believe so. Brandon Johnson is sworn in as Chicago mayor. As Johnson begins his term as Chicago mayor, he faces two immediate issues: an influx of immigrants and potential summer violence. We already knew that. All the other mayors, same thing. Chicago now has a new mayor. Brandon Johnson was sworn in as the city's 57th mayor Monday, kicking off what he has promised will be 4 years of reform, progress, and history making amid complex challenges that await him at the door. Okay, there you have it. Again, this is from WBEZ.org. This is an excerpt of this article. So you can go ahead and head on over there to that media page. Okay, but yes, you all. So congrats to Brandon Johnson and his entire family. Congrats to Mayor Brandon Johnson. This is a beautiful thing. To me, in my opinion, this is Black excellence. Let's help Mr. Brandon Johnson succeed. There's plenty of ways to help him succeed, and that's even in our reporting those new content creators or old content creators who are Black. Let's do our best. Even those who are other cultures, do your best to report fairly and accurately. I know this is media. It is what it is. However, again, as a boy mom, I am very passionate when it comes to Black males. And I have 3 boys, and they're all in, I feel like I was pregnant every decade. So it's kind of like I grew with them in terms of character, personality, because every decade there's a different thing. There's this different whatever's going on in the world. And you got technology. My oldest did not grow up on technology, but my second and third child, they did, and things changed. So it's kind of, I had to pivot myself with them as a mom, and their learning abilities were different as well. Then, of course, I was married for most of the time with my first 2 kids. So I was married for, a substantial amount of years, over 10 years. I got married young. But nevertheless, that's neither here nor there. But I'm just trying to give you all an idea, understanding as to when it comes to Black males, it's really, they all are, of course, are different. In raising black males, it's this is a different ballpark, especially when you're a female. Especially when you're a female, I can't raise a man in terms of, and I had to learn that, and I learned that later in life, in my latter years, when it came to like their different personalities, when it came to my projections as a woman, my feminine, the way my makeup is, it clashes, even with my my youngest son, who's the last one. he I'm seeing his kind of things are kind of clashing, and so I solicit his older brothers to kind of get some ideas or whatever, which helps. And especially my oldest son. My oldest son is always in his ear, but I'm learning that he's coming into his manhood, and I can't project my sensitive or nature onto him. It's like, oh, son, you should forgive, or oh, son, blah. Yeah, it's okay to forgive. Yes, that. But at the same time, he's like, Mom, well, this person did that, and I don't do that to them. So I'm not accepting it. So, so that's just my little spiel on that. But what I'm trying to say is, black male representation, in my opinion, is very important for black males. It really is. So I see, in my opinion, Brandon Johnson as a black representation for black males. And I think my middle son, he did some work for Brandon Johnson's campaign or whatever, because they were reaching out to my phone number. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't live in Chicago, but that's a whole nother story. So black representation, black men like Mr. Brandon Johnson, to me, in my opinion, definitely needed. And let's just help him succeed. And I'm not excusing, if there's something that's happened, is going on, I'll do my best to bring the most accurate information as possible, to the best of my abilities, even if I have to correct things or fact check things. I would do my best, but again, I am a one-stop shop over here. So if you're interested in donating to the mix, go ahead and donate. The information will be in my description section. I'm also going to post some links so that I did a couple videos on Brandon Johnson, Chicago mayor, when he was elected. So, or you can go ahead and head on over to my video section and check out those videos. But again, those who are new to my channel, go to the About section, check out some of my videos. This is a multifaceted channel. I will be covering everything, from politics to technology to legal to real estate to a little bit of finance. And some things I'm trying to incorporate people who may have more experience or subject matter expert in certain areas. I'm going to try to get into doing interviews as well. So for the next half of this year, as I continue to grow my channel, I enjoy the YouTube journey. I am enjoying it. It's very challenging in terms of time wise, but hey, it's okay. I'm managing. And I thank you all for supporting my channel. Like, share, subscribe to the mix. Like, share, subscribe. And I will talk to you all soon. Bye.